Greetings, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to make just a few comments about this last week's assignment on Jim Collins' ideas on leadership, and to talk with you about our next assignment and specifically a little bit more about the Leadership Project. I appreciate the content of your reports and your comments to one another this last week on Jim Collins' ideas on leadership. Everyone did a very good job of explaining what Level 5 leadership is all about, why Level 5 leadership is important, why also other levels of leadership are also important, though, and some important things that you learned about Jim Collins' ideas on leadership. I'd encourage you to make sure that you take a look at my general feedback comments, because I've tried to outline what I believe to be the most important ideas that Jim Collins brings to the table. And then also, I would encourage you to take a look at Jim Collins' website. I've given you a link for that as well. There's really some interesting videos and a lot of really very interesting information in that particular website. So again, good work this last week, everyone. This next week, really we're going to concentrate on Peter Senge's ideas, and we've got some readings for you to complete, and we're going to ask you to make some comments about Peter Senge's ideas on leadership as well. I think you'll find some commonalities between what Peter Senge and Jim Collins have to say, even though they may not use the exact same terminology. Their thoughts and their ideas, I think, are pretty consistent with one another. Both of the ideas of leadership that we're looking at right now probably represent good examples of transformational kinds of leadership theory anyway. So best wish with this next week's assignment as well. Now, with respect to the Leadership Project, I have to apologize to you for some of the confusion that I may have created with my directions for the project. This is the first time that we've offered this class, and so we're kind of learning together on what may work the best way anyway to accomplish what needs to happen in this task. And I know that there's some added difficulty here because we don't get a chance to meet face to face, and everything is totally online. So anyway, I'll do the best I can to try to clarify and to provide information for you with respect to the class. But anyway, here's some additional thoughts on the Leadership Project. First, probably the most important thing to remember is that I've moved the due dates back for your interviews this next week. These are designed really to be short interviews, just asking the questions that are outlined in our link on the Leadership Project tab. And why do I ask you to look at 3 places? It might be a question that's in your mind. This is not busy work, and I'm not trying to send you off on a wild goose chase at this point, but leaders have to know what's going on in their communities, and in this case our broader communities, or UNK's community anyway. And leaders need to know what's going on if they're going to effectively work within those communities. Thus, the first part of this assignment is really designed for you to kind of learn some things that you might not have known so far about activities, helping organizations, or other things that are going on within the community of Kearney, or your own community, or within the community of UNK. Leaders need to understand, as I say, what's going on around them, and if we're going to be effective leaders in our democracy, we have to get involved, and we have to work with other people, and this project is really designed for you to begin learning how to do that if you've not done that already at this point in your lives. The second thing I'd like to point out to you is that we want you to use what you've found in your interviews to develop ideas about what might be an important project for you to address a need. And the interviews really are designed to set up the need for the project, and also maybe for you to learn a little bit more about what other people are doing and how they might consider leadership within their organization or within their particular help group. The third thing that we're going to do with this project is we're going to help you practice what you're learning about leadership as you actually apply your skills and complete this project throughout the semester. And then finally, the last thing is that the project's been designed for you to kind of think about what you learn as you apply your leadership abilities to complete your project. So I guess that pretty much sums up what I'm expecting from the project. Please don't make a big deal out of the interviews. You can do those by telephone if you like. They're always better face to face, but if you get in a time press, don't worry about that. The idea is to collect the information. I provided you with some sources that I think can help get you started, either some online sources or some face-to-face sources with the local Chamber of Commerce. I might caution you, however, if you get a copy of the local help agencies or the service clubs from the Chamber, they may not be just completely up to date with their contact information. Sometimes that's a little bit behind, but if you make some contacts through that particular source, they will certainly get you to the right place. So that kind of sums up where I'm going with the leadership project anyway. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have questions about the project, or a lot of you are on campus. Many of you are. Feel free to stop by my office or to call me or to email me, and I'll try to work with you as best I can anyway to help get you through this. Don't sweat it. It will happen. We'll get it figured out together for sure. Finally, please note that I still do not have a entry code, if you will, for you to enroll in TaskStream. I'm still waiting on that from our technology folks, and I'll get that to you as soon as I possibly can. So I've kind of pushed that deadline back just a little bit again too, and I guess it's not essential that we all have to be in TaskStream right now, but sooner or later we're going to need to do that. So I'll try to get that information to you as soon as I receive it. So have a great week, everyone. Again, let me know if you have questions or comments about anything related to the class. I'm really kind of excited about what I've seen you put together thus far about Jim Collins' ideas, and I'm really looking forward to working with you this next week to explore what Peter Senge has to say as well. Take care, everyone.